Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of MPN Academy. We are presenting you the special current affair test series associated with Economic Survey 2022. We will discuss 30 most important multiple choice questions with full description. Let's begin. Friends, join our Telegram page, just search MPN Academy and you'll see this logo and there is public channel MPN Academy, just join there. What you will get there? BPSC exam related news or notification update you'll get there. Golden current affair test series topper results is announced there, and then MPN Academy app courses and YouTube video updates you'll get regularly. So please join this public channel of MPN Academy on Telegram. The first question is Economic Survey 2021-22 was prepared by the Economic Division of the Department of Economic Affairs of the Ministry of Finance under the overall guidance of who of the following? The right answer is option number A, Sanjeev Sanyal. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman tabled the Economic Survey 2022 in the Lok Sabha on 31st January after President's address to both the houses. Due to absence of Chief Economic Advisor after resignation of K. Subramaniam and V. Anant Nageswaran was appointed Chief Economic Advisor just days before the presentation of the report. So it was prepared under the guidance of Sanjeev Sanyal, the Principal Economic Advisor. What is the central theme of this year's Economic Survey 2022? The right answer is option number A, Agile Approach. The Agile Approach is a well-established intellectual framework that is increasingly used in fields like project management and technology development. In an uncertain environment, the Agile framework responds by assessing outcomes in short iterations and constantly adjusting incrementally. So it is an adjustment theory. What is the estimated GDP growth rate for the financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number C, 9.2%. Advanced estimates suggest that Indian economy is expected to witness real GDP expansion of 9.2% in financial year 2021 after contracting 7.3%, means minus 7.3% in financial year 2020 and 2021. This implies that the level of real economic output will surpass the pre-COVID level of 2019-20. The GDP growth rate of 2019-20 was 4%. What is the estimated GDP growth rate for the financial year 2020-23? The right answer is option number C, between 8 and 8.5%. Projection comparable with World Bank and Asian Development Bank's latest forecast of real GDP growth rate of 8.7% and 7.5% respectively for 2022 and 23. According to the International Monetary Fund's latest World Economy Outlook projection, India's real GDP is projected to grow 9% in the current financial year 21-22 and the next financial year 2022-23 and 7.1% in 2023 and 24, which would make India the fastest growing major economy in the world for all 3 years. Which one of the following sectors have been least impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic? The right answer is option number A, primary sector. Agriculture and allied sectors have been the least impacted by the pandemic, which is also called primary sector. The service sector, or you can say tertiary sector, has been the hardest hit by the pandemic, especially segments that involve human contact. Friends, secondary sector is associated with manufacturing, and quaternary sector, this is the final sector, deals with knowledge or intellectual pursuit including research and development, business, consulting services and education. "17 months of quality current affairs required for 67th BPSC prelims and CDPO exam can be revised entirely in 25 hours. How? First of all, you have to study 17 months for this exam. The reason is in 66th BPSC question was asked till October 2020. So for this exam you have to study current affairs from November 2020. Since the exam is going to be held in April, so you have to study the content till March. How can you revise this entire current affairs in 25 hours? The first content is weekly current affairs test series in MCQs format, national and international. There will be 75 PDFs. 4 PDFs every month plus 2 years of economic survey, 2 years of budget, Olympic, Paralympics and census 2011. It will take 6 minutes of time for one PDF. So in 7.5 hours, you will be able to revise the entire weekly current affair test series in MCQs format. The second type of content is monthly current affair short notes, national and international. There will be 17 PDFs, one PDF for every month. It will require one PDF 30 minutes. So total in 8.5 hours, you will be able to revise the entire monthly current affair series. Then Bihar monthly current affair short notes and MCQs. There will be 22 PDFs, 17 PDFs for 17 months plus 2 years of economic survey, budget and census. One PDF will require 25 minutes of time. So it will take about 9 hours to entirely finish this Bihar monthly current affairs. These three types of content will take total 25 hours of time. What is the importance of these current affairs? 19 questions tallied in 66th BPSC from these weekly current affairs test series MCQs format. 10 questions tallied from Bihar monthly current affairs. So total 36 questions tallied in 66th BPSC prelims exam from these MPN Academy current affairs PDF notes. About more than 85% questions tallied. In 2021, there was no exam held of BPSC. So Bihar SI exam was held where 86% questions tallied. 31 questions tallied. The video is available on YouTube. On this channel, you can watch it with full details. Friends, how will you get these quality PDFs from November 2020 onwards? Please download the MPN Academy app from the Google Play Store. You will see 4 section. You have to go to store section in the bottom and you have to select the course 67th BPSC CDPO Current Affairs PDF course. This content is made available at a very reasonable price which can be afforded easily by everyone. Payment link is given. Just pay there and you will be enrolled in the course. The contents are provided there very systematically. Friends, please keep it in mind that MCQs will be bilingual in Hindi and English language, but the explanation and short notes will be in Hindi. From January onwards, the content is fully in English. What is the estimated growth rate of agriculture and allied sectors in the financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number B, 3.9%. The agriculture and allied sectors is expected to grow by 3.9% in financial year 2021-22 after growing 3.6% in the previous year. In the current year, food grains production for the Kharif season is estimated to post a record level of 150.5 million tons. What is the estimated growth rate of industry in the financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number D, 11.8%. Advanced estimates suggest that the GVA of industry including mining and construction will rise by 11.8% in 2021-22 after contracting 7% last year. In contrast to the steady performance of the primary sector, the industrial sector went through a big swing from -7% to +11.8%. What is the estimated growth rate of the service sector in the financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number C, 8.2%. This service sector is estimated to grow by 8.2% in financial year 21-22 after last year's 8.4% contraction. What is the estimated growth rate of the total consumption in the financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number C, 7%. As you can see here, this is the figure. With significant contribution from government spending, it is expected to grow 7.6%. Similarly, gross fixed capital formation exceeds pre-pandemic level. It is more than 100%. On the back of ramped up public expenditure on infrastructure. Exports of both goods and services have been exceptionally strong so far in 21-22 with an increase in 16.5%. But imports also recovered strongly, which is 29.4%. What is the estimated share of the total consumption in the GDP of India in the financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number B, 69.7%. This is the figure you can see here. Of the total consumption, government consumption accounted for 12.2%, while that of the private consumption accounted for 57.5%. Share of gross fixed capital formation is 29.6%. Friends, if you want to know how is your preparation of current affairs for 67th BPSC prelims exam and Bihar CDPO prelims exam, then this course is ideal for you. Golden Current Affair Test Series. What you will get in this? There will be 25 questions. One question will consist 50 MCQs. So overall you will get 1250 cream questions selected from 17 months required for 67th BPSC prelims exam from November 2020 to March 2022. Questions are selected from Bihar national and international current affairs. You will get 40 minutes of time to solve one question paper of 50 MCQs. How can you get this course? Go to the Google Play Store, download the MPN Academy app, and on the store section, the course is mentioned Golden Current Affairs Test Series. Free demo test is made available on the app portal. You can try and check for yourself whether your preparation of current affairs is solid or not. At the end of every test, you will get the result. Which one of the following has the highest share in the gross value added GVA during financial year 2021-22? The right answer is option number C. Financial, real estate and professional services, which comes under service sector. The share of this sector is 20.9% in the overall gross value added. If you see the sector-wise bifurcations, service sector is contributing 53%, industry is contributing 28.2%, and rest agriculture and allied sectors is contributing 18.8%. What is India's forex reserves as on 31st December 2021? The right answer is option number C, 634 billion US dollars. Despite all the disruptions caused by the global pandemic, India's balance of payments remained in surplus throughout the last 2 years. This allowed the Reserve Bank of India to keep accumulating foreign exchange reserves. Net capital flows were higher at 65.6 US billion dollar in the first half of 2021-22. As of end November 2021, India was at the 4th place among the largest forex reserves in the world. Foreign exchange reserves in India as in December 2021 is enough for imports for how many months? The right answer is option number B, 13.2 months. 634 US billion dollars is equivalent to 13.2 months of merchandise imports and is higher than the country's external debt. The combination of high forex exchange reserves, sustained foreign direct investment and rising export earnings will provide an adequate buffer against possible global liquidity tapering in 2022 and 23. Net receipts from crop production have increased by what percent in the latest Situation Assessment Survey SAS compared to the SAS report of 2014? The right answer is option number B, 22.6%. The livestock sector has grown at a CAGR of 8.15% over the last 5 years, including 2019-20. The index of industrial production grew at a rate of 17.4% during April to November 2021 as compared to minus 15.3% in April to November 2020. As per the Economic Survey 2021-22, what is the total number of vaccine doses administered over the course of a year? The right answer is option number D, 157 crore. Over the course of a year, India delivered 157 crore doses that covered 91 crore people with at least one dose and 66 crore people with both doses. The vaccination process for boosters and for the 15 to 18 years age group was also gathering pace. What was the capital expenditure for the Indian Railways in financial year 2020-21? The right answer is option number C, 1,55,181 crore rupees. the capital expenditure for the Indian Railway has increased to this much from an average annual of 45,980 crores during 2009 to 14, and it has been budgeted to further increase to 2,15,058 crore rupees in 2021-22, which is just around 5 times in comparison to the 2014 level. Since January 2021, the widely used Purchasing Managers Index manufacturing, which is PMI manufacturing, has remained in which zone? The right answer is option number C, expansionary zone. It is in the expansionary zone because it is over 50% except for 1 month when the second wave had slowed down economic activity in April 2020. The index of industrial production and core industry indices have both followed a similar pattern and in November 2021 went past their pre-pandemic level for the corresponding month in 2019. See this level and this level, it is higher. What was the annual consumer price index CPI inflation of India in December 2021? The right answer is option number B, 5.6%. Please remember that this percentage, this figure is as compared to December 2020. So this is an annual increase. Inflation has reappeared as a global issue in both advanced and emerging economies. India's consumer price index stood at 5.6% year on year in December 2021 as compared to December 2020, which is within the targeted tolerance band. What is the targeted tolerance band? 4 plus minus 2. So the inflation should be between 2 to 6. If you calculate the average headline consumer price index CPI combined inflation moderated between April to December, then it is 5.2% from 6.6% in April to December 2020. The decline in retail inflation was led by easing food inflation. Food inflation averaged at a low of 2.9% in 2021-22 between April to December, as against 9.1% in the corresponding period of April to December 2020. Wholesale inflation based on wholesale price index WPI rose to what percent during 2021-22 between April to December? The right answer is option number D, 12.5%. First of all, let's understand what is the difference between WPI and CPI. WPI indicates the inflation between farm to wholesale depot, and CPI between the retail shop and consumer. This high WPI index has been attributed to low base in previous year, pickup in economic activity, sharp increase in international prices of crude oil and other import inputs, and high freight costs. The divergence between CPIC and WPI inflation peaked to 9.6% in May 2020. However, in 2021, there was a reversal in divergence with retail inflation falling below wholesale inflation by 8%. Which sector received more than 50% of the total FDI inflows into India during the first half of 2021-22? The right answer is option number B, service sector. During the first half of 2021-22, the service sector received over 16.7 billion US dollar foreign direct investment, accounting for almost 54% of total FDI inflows into India. Service exports surpassed pre-pandemic level in January to March quarter of 2020-21 and grew by 21.6% in the first half of 2021-22, strengthened by the global demand for software and IT services exports. The revenue receipts from the central government between April to November 2021 have gone up by what percent? The right answer is option number D, 67.2%. This year-on-year growth has stood up as against an expected growth of 9.9% 9.6% in 2021-22 budget estimate. So budget estimate was 9.6% and what we have achieved is 67.2%. Gross tax revenue registered a growth of over 50% during April to November 2021 in year-on-year terms. This performance is strong compared to pre-pandemic levels of 2019 and 2020 also. During April to November 2021, capital expenditure has grown by what percent? The right answer is option number B, 13.5%. So first of all, let us understand the difference between revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. So there is two type of expenditure. Revenue expenditure will have benefit for less than 1 year, while capital expenditure will have benefit for more than 1 year. Stressing the need to continue the focus on capital expenditure, it has indicated that government is on course to achieve the fiscal deficit target of 6.8% of GDP for the current year 2021-22. Central government debt has gone up by what percent of GDP in financial year 2020-21? The right answer is option number C, 59.3%. With the enhanced borrowings on account of COVID-19, the central government debt has gone up from 49.1% in 2019-20 to 59.3% in 2020-21 of GDP, but is expected to follow a decline trajectory with the recovery of the economy. Bank credit growth accelerated gradually in 2021-22 from 5.3% in April 2021 to what percent as on 31st December 2021? The right answer is option number C, 9.2%. The gross non-performing advances ratio of scheduled commercial bank declined from 11.2% at the end of 2017-18 to 6.9% at the end of September 2021. The net non-performing advances ratio declined from 6% to 2.2% during the same period. 89,066 crore rupees was raised via how many initial public offering IPO issues in the capital market during April to November 2021? The right answer is option number A, 75. This was an exceptional year for the capital markets, which is much higher than any year in the last decade. What is the rank of India in the largest startup ecosystem in the world? The right answer is option number C, third place. India has become the third largest startup ecosystem in the world after USA and China. Number of new recognized startups increased to over 14,000 in 2021-22 from just 733 in 2016-17. 44 Indian startups have achieved unicorn status in 2021. What is unicorn status? The value of $1 billion US, taking the overall tally of unicorns to 83, most of which are in the service sector like Zerodha, Grow. You can see the list. Expenditure on social services by center and states as a proportion of GDP increased from 6.2% in 2014-15 to how much in financial year 21-22 budget estimate? The right answer is option number B, 8.6%. Expenditure on social services means expenditure on health, education and others. The strong revival in revenues. Revenue receipts were up over 67% year on year in April to November 2021. It means that the government has fiscal space to provide additional support if necessary. India's overall score on the Niti Aayog's Sustainable Development Goals SDG India Index and dashboard improved to how much in 2020-21? The right answer is option number C, 66. It was 60 in 2019-20 and 57 in 2018-19. As per the National Family Health Survey 5, total fertility rate came down to 2 in 2019-21 from 2.2 in 2015-16. What is the global rank of India in increasing its forest area during 2010 to 2020 as mentioned in the Economic Survey 2021-22? The right answer is option number C, third. India has the 10th largest forest area in the world. In 2020, the forests covered 24% of India's total geographical area, accounting for 2% of the world's total forest area. Friends, as discussed earlier, you can get the PDF of this video lecture on the MPN Academy app. The link of the app will be given on the description box and in the pinned comment section. Friends, with the help of the PDFs, you can easily revise this video lecture in just 5 to 6 minutes. It will save your lot of time which you can devote to the static portion. This is very important. Let's discuss the last question. Under Jal Jeevan Mission JJM, how many districts have become Har Ghar Jal districts? The right answer is option number B, 83. What is Jal Jeevan Mission? This is assured tap water supply to every rural household by 2024. Friends, with this, we are wrapping up this edition of Weekly Current Affair Test Series. Thank you very much for watching the video. All the best for your exam preparations.